More life of my Jake shit, and I'm getting tired of all the same shit. I wanna see my family, wanna see my friends. Have been slept on like my name says, and I'm pretty far from being famous, but I sure as
So speedrunning has gained a bunch of popularity. Everyone is trying to get in on the action, and world records are beaten incredibly quickly. But not many people have questioned, who is the best speedrunner? I looked at all the speedrunners and I'm going to tell you who it is. Now I'm just going to let you know that this isn't the most accurate answer, and you can have your own opinion on who the best speedrunner is. Now that there are many speedrunners, the speedrunners that we are talking about are Dream, Illumina, and Benex. Now you can't just look at the leaderboards and say the person in first place is the best speedrunner. No, because world records are beaten, so the best player would change over and over if that were the case. Alright, well then, how will I figure this out? I'll be looking at their strategies and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best and 1 being the worst. Alright, let's start. So since all the speedrunners make a portal the same way, I'm going to measure how much time it takes for them to make it. Starting off with Benex. It took him 26 seconds to make another portal. Next is Illumina. He spent about 16 seconds, so we can see that Benex took longer than Illumina. For Dream, it took about 22 seconds, so Benex is in last place and Illumina is in first right now. Whoever made the fastest end portal gets 1 point more. Alright, getting blaze rods is a pretty hard task if it's an outside blaze spawner. Let's look at Dream's way of obtaining blaze rods. He runs straight in and starts killing blazes with his sword, and he protects himself with his shield. Not the safest, but it certainly worked because he was never close to dying. I rated a 9 out of 10. Next is Illumina. He kills blazes the same way, except instead of a shield in his offhand, he keeps food in his offhand. This causes him to die more than Dream, so I'll rate his way of killing blazes a 7 out of 10. Now let's move on to Benex. Benex runs in with nothing in his offhand and just a stone axe in this run. So we can already see that Benex is more reckless. Even though this is super unsafe, he manages to pull it off and he barely gets hit. But this is because he is good at dodging, and if someone else tried this method, they would most likely die. I'll rate this an 8 out of 10 because Benex does it well. So currently Benex is in last place because Dream has the most points, which makes him first, and Illumina did really good in his nether portal. Now for this category, I'll not be counting the 1.16 way because that is complete RNG. So I'll count the ways of getting ender pearls without just RNG. I say just because there's always some RNG. It's just that these are mostly strategy. This will be on 1.15. Dream got ender pearls by just killing endermen and nothing else. He did it the normal way. I'll rate it a 7 out of 10 because there isn't much you could do. Illumina hasn't done a 1.15 speedrun to my knowledge, so I'll talk about his other method. Illumina builds a tower high enough up in set spawn so that when he falls, new mobs can spawn. The catch is that the build takes a very long time, so I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Benex hasn't done a 1.15 run to my knowledge either, and he doesn't have any strategy except trading with villagers, which I don't really want to count because then it would be all the same if we were saying that. So he will not get any points for this section. For this category, I'll be measuring what strategy they used to kill the Ender Dragon. Dream places beds when the Ender Dragon lands and kills the Ender Dragon that way. I'll rate this an 8 out of 10. Illumina does the same, so I'll also give him an 8 out of 10. But Benex kills the Ender Dragon a different way. He places the bed on the pole while the dragon is landing. This kills the Ender Dragon insanely fast, but it requires a lot of beds. So instead of a 10 out of 10, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So I've counted up all the points, and the best speedrunner is Illumina. Dream lost to Illumina by 1 point. Illumina got 25 points, Dream got 24 points, and Benex got 17 points. Now I'm just gonna remind you that this isn't the most accurate answer, so if you disagree, then feel free to put your opinions in the comments. Don't go hating on me or anybody else unless you want to look like a clown. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then feel free to subscribe. It's free, and I'll see you next time.